I have my magic reading glasses on. That means I can see a side of the story that's never been told before. Let's take a look at Katrina in Sleepy Hollow. She's so torn between the two men that she potentially loves. Let's hear what is so conflicting about these two men in Sleepy Hollow. Who should she choose?
Some magic reading glasses come with me. Inside the stories that set us free. Every tale is a secret key, unlocking worlds of mystery. Magic reading glasses.
Oh, and by the way, there is my daughter, Katrina. Come, let me introduce you. Katrina, this is Mr. Ichabod Crane, our new schoolmaster. She'll be happy to show you to your room and help you get settled before supper. She's about your age, though a few years younger, just turned 21 this year. Our daughter has a fine head on her shoulders. She aspires to become a schoolmaster herself someday. She's quite the lover of books. I imagine the two of you will have plenty to discuss.
Hello, Mr. Crane. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've heard you're from Oxford. That sounds so historic and fantastic.
Please call me Ichabod. Yes, indeed. Oxford is an extraordinary place, and I was most fortunate to spend several years there.
Tell me, what is Oxford like? I've never left Sleepy Hollow. I often wonder what the world is like beyond our hills.
Ah, Oxford. Architecture bathed in golden grey stone that seems to glow beneath the sun. The buildings rise grandly in the Gothic style, adorned with gargoyles and stained glass windows that catch the light like jewels. The walkways pass beneath great arched entrances that open into quiet courtyards, places made for reflection or for the gentle sharing of ideas. Roses climb against ancient walls, and gardens bloom where scholars gather to debate, to dream, or to whisper secrets. The cobbled paths echo with the footsteps of generations, each student leaving behind a fragment of thought, a trace of wonder. And the doors. Some are great slabs of oak with iron knockers, polished smooth by centuries of eager hands. The very air feels alive with the weight of knowledge and history.
It sounds like something from a storybook. I can almost see it.
In many ways, Miss Van Tassel, it is a storybook, one written by time itself. But I suspect that Sleepy Hollow, too, holds its own kind of timeless history, perhaps.
Please call me Katrina.
Katrina.
Ichabod. I like that name. Let me show you to your room so you can rest. I will see you at supper.
Their eyes meet, an unspoken understanding, a quiet spark of curiosity, warmth and connection.
Come, Mr. Crane. I mean, Ichabod. Let me show you the grounds before supper.
Of course, it would be my honor, Miss Van Tassel.
Katrina, remember?
Yes, Katrina.
They walk through the garden path. The evening sun stretches long over the fields, painting the orchards in gold. The scent of hay and autumn lingers in the air. They went down a winding path through the orchard. The low sun gilds the pumpkins and the tips of the trees in amber light. A faint scent of cider and earth lingers.
These are my father's prized pumpkins. We grow them every year for the harvest festival. Some of them are nearly as big as barrels, you'll see. And look over there, that tree. This old oak tree used to hold all my childhood solitude memories.
You had a treehouse?
Yes. Look up there. See the tiny treehouse my father built for me with his bare hands?
That's wonderful.
Yes. I used to hide up there to read books. I love the dark stories of Edgar Allan Poe. I like a good scare. It thrills me. My father said I would fall right into a story one day.
Then I must thank that tree for raising such a spirited scholar.
I also believe that connecting with the land teaches you more about feelings and life than any book, though I do love a good escape into one. When I was little, I used to play hide and seek with my friends among these trees. They could never catch me. I knew every trunk and root by heart. In the summer, I'd chase fish in the stream with bare feet, and in the evenings, I'd chase fireflies until the stars came out. Sometimes even bunnies, though they were far too quick for me. I suppose I've always been chasing something. I don't stay still, except for books.
Ah, Then that's where you and I collide. Books. You chase the world, and I chase the words that try to explain it. Perhaps between the two of us, we'll catch something worth keeping.
What did you play as a child, Ichabod?
In England, my childhood was different. Our games were often within walls of stone and rules of conduct. We were taught to be contained, restrained, and controlled. We had to measure every step and every word. Your companions were animals and trees and nature itself. This is your classroom. It is remarkable. My companions were books, chessboards, and wooden blocks. We were expected to sit still, to think before we laughed, to read before we ran. I built castles from words instead of stone, and my adventures lived between pages rather than beneath the sun.
If you teach me words, I'll teach you how to play in the woods, Ichabod. Do you want to learn how to play hide and seek? I promise I won't cheat.
You just confess to knowing every tree by heart. How is that fair? But if you're the one teaching, then yes. I think I'd very much like to learn. Something about you makes me feel like a child again. I haven't felt this free since I was 3.
And something about you makes me feel like a princess. Maybe it's that British accent of yours. When you speak, it's like I've wandered into a fairy tale with a prince.
You will make me blush, Katrina. I've never in my life been referred to as a prince before.
Well, perhaps that's because England should be less selfish and stop keeping all its princes to itself.
Among the laughter in the distance, a strong, broad-shouldered man approaches leading a horse. His presence carries confidence and familiarity.
Good evening there, Katrina. Out for a stroll? Do you need anything from me? How's your guest?
Oh, Brom. This is Mr. Ichabod Crane, our new schoolmaster. He just arrived from England. Ichabod, this is my friend Brom Van Brunt.
A pleasure to meet you, sir.
Likewise. England, you say? That's quite a long travel from here. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. I know this land well and can help you get settled in.
Indeed, a long journey, but a welcome one. I already feel very much at ease here. Thank you for your kind offer, Mr. Van Brunt. I may well take you up on that someday.
Brom, I am going to show Ichabod the stables and stream before supper. Do you care to join us for supper?
Thank you, Katrina, but I have to tend to the horses. Another time, of course.
His grin slowly fades as he adjusts the reins in his hands. The leather creaks softly, his knuckles whitening as his fingers tighten into a fist. A dull ache settles in his chest, the pain of saying no to her, though every part of him had wanted to join. He didn't wish to impose, he never did. But how could he stand by and watch her walk away with another man?
The stream?
He thinks bitterly.
Our stream? The one where we played as children?
He pats his horse's neck, the gesture half comfort, half distraction, and turns toward the barn. Yet unease sits heavy on his shoulders. The image of Katrina's laughter, the way her eyes lit up at Ichabod's words. It all burns behind his eyelids. He breathes deeply, forcing calm into his chest. Brom said to himself quietly,
It's only a short while. He'll be out of her hair soon enough. I'll help him settle in. The sooner he's moved into the schoolhouse, the better.
I confess, the journey's left me a touch tired, but your hospitality has made me feel quite at home already.
The clinking of glasses and soft laughter fill the air as outside. The crickets hum in the quiet valley of Sleepy Hollow. All cheered raises their glasses to new beginnings. Next morning, Katrina and her father John accompanied Mr. Ichabod Crane to the schoolhouse.
Good morning, Ichabod. How did you sleep?
Very well, though I confess I'm still a bit weary from travel, but I can hardly wait to see the schoolhouse.
There she is, the pride of our little valley. And speaking of local pride, there's a legend tied to this place. They say our town was named after a Hessian soldier, a headless horseman, who lost his head to a cannonball during the Battle of White Plains. His ghost is said to ride through the hollow at night, searching for it still. Aye, just a bit of American folklore. Come autumn, the wind howls through these woods, and folks swear it's the horseman himself. Don't let it trouble you. The children love to whisper those tales, especially when the pumpkins start to ripen.
Fascinating. I'll remember that, sir.
Good. The last schoolmaster left in a hurry for family matters. His daughter fell ill, poor man, but the local gossips say the horseman spirited him away. Pay no mind to such nonsense. Now, once you're settled, you must join us for the Harvest Festival before your first day. Katrina can show you around.
Lanterns glow. The air hums with music, laughter, and the smell of cider. Ichabod and Katrina walk together through the fairgrounds, laughing softly. Nearby, Ruth, Eliza, and Alice exchange glances and whisper,
Have you seen him? The new headmaster? He's positively charming.
And look, Katrina's with him. Of course she is. Her father's wealth always brings fortune her way.
Just wait. By morning, the whole town will be talking about him.
Indeed, the rumour spread quickly. Within a week, word of the handsome new Oxford schoolmaster had reached every household in Sleepy Hollow. By the next morning, half the town was buzzing. Bakers, farmers' wives, and even the miller's daughters whispering of his charm, his polished manners, and his curious British accent. Many of the young women, single and otherwise, suddenly discovered an urgent desire to continue their education. By week's end, nearly every eligible lady in the valley had signed up to attend his class. The schoolhouse, still being prepared for his arrival, was surrounded each day by curious onlookers. They came with baskets of apples, questions about literature, and more than a few hopeful smiles.
Did you see him?
One woman asked another at the market, her voice low but eager.
I heard he studied law in England.
And plays the violin.
Oxford, imagine that. Oxford. In our little town, a man with that level of education.
I heard he plays the piano.
Another chimed in from behind a basket of apples.
No, he fences. Sword fighting, they call it.
Well, I heard he can shoot a gun straight as any soldier.
I heard he is rich and single.
The women laughed, their voices blending with the sounds of clucking hens and wagon wheels over cobblestones. Each tale grew taller than the last, until Ichabod Crane had become half scholar, half knight, and entirely the talk of Sleepy Hollow. By dusk, the entire market knew his name. By morning, the whole town was enchanted by a man most had not even met. For the next several days, as the townsfolk busied themselves preparing the schoolhouse for its new master, Katrina spent nearly every waking hour with Ichabod. She showed him every corner of Sleepy Hollow, the orchards, the winding paths, the old stone bridge, and the stream that shimmered like glass beneath the sun. She taught him how to play hide and seek among the trees, how to catch fish by the stream with bare feet, and how to listen for the whisper of wind through the cattails. He, in turn, read to her from well-loved books and shared verses of poetry that had once echoed through the halls of Oxford. Sometimes they would lie together in the grass, reading aloud and letting their thoughts drift like clouds above them. In those moments, the rest of the world seemed to vanish. It felt as though time itself had paused, a spell of golden stillness where only the two of them existed. It was a dream neither wanted to end. A perfect, fleeting moment when duty and worry ceased to matter, when the heart was free and the soul unburdened. For Ichabod, it was a revelation. He had never known such liberation, such warmth, such effortless joy. The rigid rules that had once defined his life seemed to dissolve in her presence. Days flowed together like one endless sunlit dream. He found himself thinking of her constantly, her laughter, her untamed hair, her voice calling across the stream. He could not sleep without her image in his mind, nor wake without longing for her company. To him she was life itself, wild, radiant, and real. How wonderful it is, he thought, to be alive in this time, in this place, with this person. Perhaps this was love. For Katrina the feeling was equally new and bewildering. This intelligent, mysterious man, so unlike anyone she had ever met, saw wonder in the simplest things she did. Her laughter, her stories, her world all seemed to enchant him. And for the first time in her life, she felt truly seen, truly cherished. She was drawn to him more each day, intrigued by his gentleness and the way he seemed both enchanted and humbled by her spirit. Yet questions began to stir quietly in her heart. Is Ichabod the one meant for me? Is he here to stay? She longed to see the world he spoke of, the castles, the secret gardens, the cobbled roads, the bustling cities. She could almost imagine herself beside him, sailing across the sea. Yet with every dream came doubt. What of Papa and Mama? What of the only life I've ever known? And somewhere in the back of her mind, another name lingered. Brom. That night, neither of them could sleep. They lay awake in their separate rooms, the moonlight slipping through the windows like a secret they both shared. Their minds raced, thoughts spinning a million miles an hour, tangled between hope and fear. Each was terrified by the depth of what they felt, and of what it might mean for the future. Yet neither could let go of this strange magnetic pull that bound them together. It was a feeling that defied reason, as if something ancient and unseen had woven their fates long before they met. It was the place where fear met bliss, where the heart trembled not from doubt, but from the overwhelming wonder of being truly alive. At last, the long-awaited day arrived, the opening of the new school in Sleepy Hollow. The morning sun poured through the freshly cleaned windows, glinting off polished desks and rows of eager faces. The townsfolk gathered outside, proud and curious to welcome their new schoolmaster from across the sea. Ichabod stood before the class, calm and composed, his voice measured and kind. The young ladies in the room watched him with wide eyes, whispering behind their slates, hanging on every word of his accent and every thoughtful glance. Laughter filled the room, light and nervous, as the lessons began. Yet, amidst the chatter and the rustle of papers, Ichabod's eyes sought only one face. Katrina sat near the window, the sunlight dancing through her hair. Each time their gazes met, the noise of the room seemed to fade. There was a quiet current between them, something secret, electric, and impossible to hide. They exchanged fleeting glances across the rows of pupils, their eyes meeting for only a breath before duty pulled them apart again. No one else seemed to notice, but to Ichabod, the whole day passed in a dream. Every smile, every word from her lips, every small stolen look set his heart to racing. Though the entire hollow now sang his praises, and every young woman vied for his attention, his heart had already chosen. It belonged, wholly and without question, to Katrina Van Tassel.
Hello there. I am your new headmaster, Ichabod Crane. I have graciously accepted this position, and thank you for welcoming me. I hope to bring my Oxford education to this small, sleepy town and introduce you to great literature and worlds you can only imagine. We will begin by reading the British author Jane Austen's most famous work, Pride and Prejudice.
As her daughter slipped beneath the covers beside her. It was the first time Katrina had sought her mother's bed since she was 5 years old. For a while she said nothing, listening instead to the steady rhythm of her mother's breathing and the whisper of wind against the windows. Then, in a small voice, she spoke.
Will you tell me how you met Father? I need to know. I want to understand how you knew he was the one.
When I was young, I too felt distracted by men who made me feel suddenly seen, who made my heart race with the thrill of being noticed. And all the while, your father worked quietly in the background, tending to the sheep, mending fences, helping neighbors when they were in need. I grew up with him, but never once looked at him as anything more than a friend. Then one year, there came a great storm. The river swelled above its banks and flooded all the roads. My friends and I were caught on the far side of the stream, unable to cross. The water ran high, nearly to a man's knee, and cold enough to chill the bones. Your father saw our plight, and came wading through the current. Without a word, he carried each of my 3 friends across one by one, so that they would not spoil their dresses or catch cold. When it came my turn, I protested. He looked exhausted, and I told him I could walk through the water myself. He shook his head and said, I carried all of them for the chance to carry you. Your father has never been a man of many words, but that was the moment I truly saw him. His actions spoke where words could not. He was willing to do 4 times the work for a single chance to be near me. You must look at what a man does, my dear, not only what he says. Look at his actions. Look at the quiet ways he shows devotion. If you do that, the answer will become clear. You will know who will treat you like a princess every day of the year. Perhaps you are fortunate and both men would treat you kindly. But then you must ask yourself, where do you wish to be? Do you want to raise your children in the land that raised you, or in a place across the sea? Only you can know where your heart and your values truly lie. Your father and I will support you no matter what you decide. But please, choose soon, my love, so that whichever man is not chosen may also find his peace. You cannot keep both hearts waiting forever.
Mama always said prom is the one, but why do I feel the Ichabod is more fun? She sees a steady roof and feels a corn, but I crave the unknown and a love that's torn. My heart feels pulled in two different sides, reflecting a future in two different eyes. One speaks of dreams and the poems he brings, the other works hard and harvest he swings. Ichabod tells me of worlds far away. With clever words, he brightens my day. He speaks of kingdoms, fortune, fate, and art. He fills my mind and steals my heart. Brahm is strong and honest as a river stone, the man I trust, and my gratitude has grown. He cannot write down the feelings he keeps, but he works hard even as the sleepy town sleeps. He mended the fence when the horses ran free. He picks the best apples just for me. His hands are rough, but his actions are kind. A strong, faithful heart that's hard to find. The scholar is handsome with a mysterious spark. The farmer is steady and a true light in the dark. I dream of adventure, but feel grounded somehow. Oh, which man should I love? Who do I choose now?
The morning came like any other.